Battle Royale. Everyone loves playing it. Publishers love making Battle Royales. Call of Duty has one. Apex Legends is basically Titanfall Battle Royale. Fortnite changed it to a Battle Royale, and PUBG is obviously the one that kicked off the whole trend. But there is one series which is a very popular first-person shooter that doesn't have Battle Royale in its sights just yet, but maybe it should. Eddie, what are we talking about?
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack here. The Halo series is one of my favorites, and I love Battle Royale games as well. So all this discussion about Battle Royale has really gotten my interest into see, what can happen with Halo in the Battle Royale space. So most recently, Bonnie Ross, the head of 343, did an interview where one of the subjects that came up was, naturally Battle Royale, because it's one of the biggest trends in gaming today. And her comment basically was that they're developing a new engine, Slipspace, which is technically capable of doing all manner of new things, one of which would be Battle Royale. And while she's not confirming anything at this stage, it's intriguing to think about how Battle Royale could be applied in Halo sensibilities and the Halo franchise overall.
Yeah, so obviously Halo is known for its great team deathmatch and its great deathmatch modes, but they have branched out into sort of other styles of multiplayer shooter, like for example the Warzone mode was basically a MOBA style or MOBA influenced mode where you were controlling points, you had vehicles, you were like pushing forward with other troops. And obviously there's the Forge where people are making their own, like little games with Halo's sort of toolkit. But 343 has previously said that they are not interested in Battle Royale, is that true?
Yeah, so the comment that came out, it's all been very fluid. The Halo guys do a social stream every Friday, and one of the comments that came out was really funny to think about now was, the only BR we care about is the battle rifle, which is it sounds hilarious now and very silly. But Bonnie Ross said later that Apex Legends was more of a use case for what a battle royale could look like in the Halo universe, and that's really interesting because those original comments about battle royale not being something they were interested in came from when only Fortnite was around the scene, and obviously PUBG as well, but Fortnite was the biggest game of that time. So I think it's really interesting to think about when Halo with its great weapons, great vehicles, great team-based play, like you said.
Do you think a Halo Battle Royale actually needs vehicles though? Because when I think of Halo multiplayer and the good times with Halo multiplayer, I think of hectic arena shooting, lots of jumping, a long time to kill, a lot of hectic fun. When you throw vehicles into the mix, Halo vehicles just seem sort of invincible in my mind.
Yeah, they are. They can be pretty OP, especially some of the larger ones. So I guess, yeah, that's a good point. I think they would have to be, the faster ones, the less lethal ones, more for traversing the map and getting from point A to B faster, and then making it a risk-reward scenario where you can zoom across the map, but everyone's going to see you. And Halo has the planes and helicopters and things like that too, so that would add a different level of verticality to Battle Royale games that doesn't really exist today.
Obviously there have been a lot of Battle Royale games come out, not just the big ones. A lot of smaller ones have come and gone. Some have kind of just bubbled under the surface, but the really great Battle Royales always have a big hook. So PUBG has its ultra realism, Fortnite has its building, Apex has its movement system and the squad-based tactics and the fact that you're forced to play with other people. What would Halo's Battle Royale have?
I guess one of the criticisms of Battle Royale games is you launch and there's one map or there's a very limited amount of locations and things to do, which is not to say those worlds aren't fully fleshed out. But with Forge and that kind of playground slash sandbox that they have, if players have the tools to create their own custom maps and do all these wild and wacky things within the framework that 343 creates, I think that could be really exciting and make it just a different experience every time you play it. And some maps, say they're made by the community, some maps wouldn't be as fun, some would be great and they would get upvoted or downvoted. So I'd love to see just a higher refresh rate in terms of where the weapons are, what the map looks like. All of that could be theoretically changed on the fly within Forge, and that would, at least for me, would definitely keep me coming back all the time.
Right, so it's like Fortnite's sort of creative island thing mashed into one big map. So basically your Battle Royale map is made up of 12 different Forge maps and it rolls randomly each time.
That would be amazing.
That would
be really cool and very strange. In Halo 5 right now, there is no official Battle Royale mode, but people have made it themselves. Part of the experience for me in Battle Royale games is I know I'm not always going to win, but the sense of accomplishment within each match I think would be really important. So I'd like to see them do whatever kind of mini tasks within that. And when you consider how sprawling and massive the Halo franchise is, I would imagine there's just so many opportunities they have there. Whether or not it kicks off remains to be seen, but I also think another element is that the Halo franchise has been kind of on the downturn for the past few releases. It's getting less popular, or it's become less popular, so I think Microsoft's, their back is obviously not up against the wall. It is a huge franchise, everyone still knows Halo, but a Battle Royale mode could be the thing to say, look, it's going to draw in new players, and those people who come in, might stick around for the campaign, might stick around for the traditional head-to-head multiplayer.
Right, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Halo Infinite as a package that has campaign, multiplayer, and Battle Royale, and how they sort of split their resources like that. But if they were to pull in Apex Legends and just release a completely separate product, would that be a smarter move?
Yeah, it might be, because if you do it that way, then it's completely detached and devoid of the actual franchise.
Yeah, well, it needs character as well, because like Apex Legends isn't as goofy as Fortnite, but it has character. It has like backstories, distinct sort of faces. When you're talking about Halo, you're talking about Spartans, you're talking about helmets, you're talking about military grunts and the Covenants.
There was an intriguing report recently that said the Halo Infinite is going to have more RPG mechanics and more character customization. So if that is indeed the angle that they're going with, you could imagine being able to, create and customize that person with new weapon skins, new dances, new emotes. Being able to build out your own character and make them more uniquely you is something that Halo franchise could really do with, and in Battle Royale, that could actually be a great way to apply that.
That's a victory. Check your guns and find your chairs. We're going home winners.
Okay, so those are all the reasons we think Halo should add a Battle Royale mode in the future. Remains to be seen if it'll happen, but we're going to learn a lot more about the game at E3, so keep checking back with GameSpot for more.